What is up, YouTube? Today I'm coming back at you with another video, and today's video is going to be a What Am I Playing April 2017. And basically, if you haven't watched my previous video like this, basically what I'm going to be doing is just telling you what games I have been playing recently, what games I've beat, and what games I'm currently working on. And yeah, just let me know in the comment box below what you guys think, and what games are you playing, and if you have any recommendations. So let's just get right into it. Alright, so I have beaten one game, and I ended up beating, if you watched my last video, you knew I was working on this, and I ended up beating Resistance Burning Skies. Now, this game was much better than I thought it was. It got a lot of really bad, reputation, and it's just, I don't know, it got a pretty bad reputation, and I didn't think it was as bad as people said it was. The story was very cliche, and it wasn't a super interesting story, but it kept you interested enough to go to the next mission. And but the real thing about this that really made me enjoy it was the shooting mechanics and just like the level design. Both of those were really, really good. There wasn't a huge variety of enemies, but there was a decent amount. I think there was about, I think there was 10 different types of chimera in the entire game, and not including the big bosses, because the big bosses tended to change. Some of the boss fights were more difficult than the others. The very last boss fight was much easier than I thought it was going to be. I anticipated something a lot more complex and more difficult and much longer. But about after 3 tries, I ended up beating the game at the last level. So it's a pretty good game. I definitely recommend checking it out if you want a first-person shooter on your Vita, because this is a pretty good one to have, and it's a solid game. I haven't tried the multiplayer because I don't have an online pass, and I did get this used. But I'm pretty sure people still play this online, so if that's something you're interested in, then you have that as well. Alright, so now I'll go over the games that I'm not focusing as my main game. So, the first, these are games I'm currently playing. That was a game I beat, so. Alright, so the games I'm currently playing, this one's obviously not the main game I'm playing, like I said, but I started playing a little bit of it, and that is Minecraft. Now, I'm not actually playing the PS3 version. I really bought the PS3 version as a collector's item because eventually Minecraft on the PC will go away, because everything that's digital only obviously goes away eventually. But physical copies tend to stick around a bit longer, so I always wanted a physical copy of Minecraft, and this is the one I got. But I've been playing it on the PC. I was playing on a Civilization server called Civ Classic, but that actually ended up shutting down recently, which was really unfortunate, so I haven't been playing too much in the very, very recently. I'm still looking for a new server to join, but I'm really interested in the Civilization-style Minecraft mods, because basically what it is, for those of you who don't know, is it's basically normal Minecraft, except there's much scarcer resources. You have realistic biomes that are very large. You play on a map that's roughly 6,000 blocks wide. I think that, well, I mean, that's how big Civ Classic's test map was. Some maps are bigger than others depending on which server you play on, but Civ Classics was 6,000 wide. And it was massive, massive, massive game. And basically, there's different mods and where you can form groups, and basically you try to form groups and start like mini cities or civilizations, and you share your resources since resources are so scarce, and you try to build up your, your little city, and it's basically like a simulation of building an empire, but you actually collect resources in first person and stuff. So it's kind of like Minecraft meets Age of Empires, which is really, really cool, and I really like that. So that's something that I'm really interested in. Unfortunately, the server, like I said, that I liked to play on got shut down. So I'm looking into CivX, which is short for Civilization Experiment. If you guys are interested in that one, check that out. That one's supposed to be launching soon. I may wait until that actually fully launches. And then there's also Devoted. I'm not too interested in that one, just because the way that they have their server set up, because they're all different slightly, and the way that they have their set up I'm not particularly fond of. And then there's one other one that's supposed to be coming back. since Civcraft left, and I'm not sure which one that is, but I'm probably going to go to Civ X and see how that one plays out. But yeah, I've been playing quite a bit of Minecraft. It's really unfortunate. I was working on starting my own civilization and being like the leader, but as I was working on it, it got shut down. I had like this huge underground base. I wanted to make a completely underground civilization. My city was going to be located on bedrock, so I was super far down, and I was under the ocean as well, so it was basically a diagonal tunnel all the way down, and you never knew where it was unless I gave you the coordinates because I covered it with dirt. So the grass would grow over top of it, so it just looked like normal grass. So unless you knew exactly which 3 blocks to break, you would never find it. And that's what the cool part about the city that I wanted to start was, but you never know. Maybe I'll start up something similar in another server. But moving on, I still have been playing Donkey Kong Country 3D Returns. Well, Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D, I should say. But I've been playing this. I've really been enjoying it. I'm now on to World 2. I'm about to start World 3. I think I'm at the boss in World 2. Like I said, I've only been picking this up when I'm on the go and when I just want to like kill like a few minutes, because these levels aren't super long or anything, but it's a good way to kill a few minutes. And so I've almost beaten World 2 now, and World 1 was really cool. It was a little easy, but World 2 has stepped up the difficulty, and I have a feeling that it's going to keep getting more difficult, obviously. World 2 has been really, really cool. No new mechanics at this point, just, you know, more levels. Really well-designed game. I'm absolutely loving this. The next game that I'm playing is a game that I just picked up last week and started playing again, and that is Final Fantasy Explorers. Now I'm playing this basically for the exact same reason I'm playing Donkey Kong Country Returns, except basically the difference is I play this one when I crave an RPG, but I don't have a whole lot of time to play one because this has a lot of RPG mechanics and Final Fantasy story, but it has the same about roughly play sessions as Donkey Kong Country Returns. So I can literally pick this up, play for about 5-6 minutes, and then I'll be good because I'll complete one quest. Because the way that this game's set up is you have one single quest giver and you just go to them and you get like missions, and it's basically Final Fantasy meets Monster Hunter, so it's a lot of hunting missions, and it's just a really fun way to get my RPG fix on a really quick scale. So I've been playing this. I haven't gotten too far into it. I've probably completed 5 or 6 missions. I think I have a boss fight coming up now, and I actually just upgraded my armor, which is cool. The armor design is a little, it reminds me of Final Fantasy IX's armor, which was okay, but I actually appreciated Final Fantasy like 7 armor better because I don't know, the whole feel of Final Fantasy VII's like equipment was really cool, whereas Final Fantasy IX was more, I don't know, it was a little bit more cartoony, which I didn't mind because the overall game, Final Fantasy IX is my favorite, but I don't know. This is a good game. I recommend it. Sorry I got off topic, but yeah, really fun. And the last one is another RPG, and yes, I'm going to consider this one an RPG, and this is the main game I'm playing. And I'm sorry I'm talking about this game again because I've talked about this in like 3 separate videos now. But this is my games I'm currently playing, and this is my main game that I'm working on, and that is Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Now, I'm not too super far into it because I don't power through games anymore just because I don't have a whole lot of time to sit down and just like chug through an entire game. But I'm still working on it. It's really, really fun. I've beat 1 Divine Beast so far, and I've gotten a couple different memories and, you know, stuff like that. So I'm a little bit into it now, but I still haven't beat it. It's a super fun game. The mechanics are pretty fun. I thought this game would be a lot more difficult than it actually is because I've heard tons of things about how difficult the Zelda puzzles are and stuff. And I've played other Zelda games, and particularly some where I've gotten stuck and I decided to not play them anymore because I'm not a huge fan of the series, except for this game. This game is really good. And this game, the puzzles are not super complex, but they kind of stretch your brain a little bit. Maybe they'll get more difficult as I keep going, who knows. But I really, really love the art style in this game. The art style is amazing. The soundtrack, is okay. It's a little forgettable at times, but some places have really good soundtrack. The story itself is really good for a Zelda game, like really, really good for Zelda, because normally Zelda games are a little lighthearted and stuff like that. This one feels a little bit, not super dark or anything, but it seems a little bit more serious, which is cool. And I'm really recommending this game for everybody, especially if you have a Switch. Like, this is the only game on the Switch that's really, really worth having right now. I know Mario Kart 8 Deluxe comes out in a few weeks, but right now, this is the one to have. So yeah, that's everything that I've been playing. I'm enjoying all of them pretty much. Actually, I did start one more game. I don't actually have a physical copy of this because there is no such thing as a physical copy for this next one. And I did it again. I started playing RuneScape again. For those of you who have been long-time viewers of my channel, this will show you how long some of you have been around. I have a problem with RuneScape. I can never quit. It's just breaks. That's all they are at this point. There's no quitting anymore. It's just breaks. But I'm back into it. I'm working on that 85 defense. Got my Torva gear, and I'm working for those steadfast boots right now. I already bought them, but I need to get 85 defense. So that's what I'm working on right now. Been working on a little bit of wood cutting as well. Get that up to like 80 so I can get closer to those elder trees. Haven't really been doing any quests. I might finish the Heroes quest because I know I started that before I took a break last time. So I might do that. Who knows? But yeah, so that's basically everything I've been playing. What have you guys been playing? I'm really interested to hear. Did you guys get any new cool games that you guys recommend for me? I'm always happy to hear, especially like RPGs and stuff. So that's everything I have for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.